Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem is one of the best animated films I've seen this year, and I also think it's the best animated film that the Turtles have ever had. But that doesn't mean it's perfect. There were a few cons in the movie, along with the pros, and I wanted to go over all of it without spoiling a single bit. But before we get into that, I need you guys to do one thing for me as a little favor. I need you to enjoy the video. That's all I can really ask for, bro. That's all I want from you. I'll give a quick synopsis and then I'll hop into it. Similar to their past iterations, TMNT Mutant Mayhem is about our 4 favorite turtles fighting evil mutants and bad guys and trying to find acceptance in the human world. And even though this sounds similar to other plots of fictional racism against animals, oh my goodness, humans suck. The movie is much more than that. This movie wants to achieve a goal that every single TMNT thing tries to shoot for. Keeping the same story, same characters, paying homage to the older versions of the turtles that people fell in love with, while also giving people something new and modern and interesting, and it's one of the main reasons why this random comic series, not backed by any sort of Marvel or DC, has been able to stay relevant and popular for more than 36 years. Damn, these boys are old. Alright, so let's start with the positive. This movie is such a mood lifter that I completely forgot about most of my issues going into it. When I was leaving the theater, you could tell that I had a little bit of energy. Mutant Mayhem was damn awesome. Oh, but it wasn't always like that. By the time that I got to the theater, I was pissed. Let me give a little bit of context to how I was feeling before this movie read. I actually wasn't supposed to come to the theater alone today. I was supposed to come with a person named Jake, or as I should call them, Snake, a person who willingly decides to call himself one of my good friends. And then when I ask him, is he still coming to the movie that we planned to see for weeks, I get turned down because of Valorant. But since I'm an addict too, I begrudgingly forgave him and ordered myself a lonely single seat in the back. I arrived at the theater in the nick of time, slumping slightly as I'm tired and my back is hurting, and it's just I want to just watch this movie, and I really hope it's not going to be bad. I open that movie door and I'm greeted by greatness.
I am very excited for you to go underground with us and see the epic world of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Seth Rogen speaking down to me from the heavens.
Can't wait for you to go on this journey with our beloved Donnie, Raph, Leo, and Mikey, and our massive cast of awesome characters.
Blessing me to have a good time with the movie, and then I did exactly that. To put it simply, the movie is really fun. Not even fun in like a silly, sorta immature way most of the time. It's really just quick and jumpy and funny. I can't talk about anything else first but the animation. From the moment that the first trailer dropped for this film, the animation and art style of it captured everyone's attention because it's just so ugly. But even with this grungy look, the movie's colors still have this vibrance. The green glow of the ooze, these big gray and blue buildings looming in the night. With the help of really good lighting, fog effects, and the vibrance of the colors, they all combine to help give this really appealing look to the ugliest of characters. I also really like that they made everyone look ugly. Ugly. Ooh, kind of cute. Ugly, because this is supposed to be a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie for kids, and instead of making the characters and the turtles more anthropomorphically pleasing to the audience, they chose to make the disgusting mutants look like actual disgusting mutants, along with a few of the humans. I could just sit here and keep on breaking down everything I like about the colors, but that would lead me to not talk about how incredible the animation is. That was a treat to watch in the theater. If Spider-Verse didn't come out this year, I wouldn't be mad if this was a contender for Best Animated Film of the Year. One of the best things about Mutant Mayhem, I gotta say, bro, the action, the movement, that was a little bit exhilarating. It's incredibly fluid, it's all jumpy. There's just this energy behind all of the movements and these little extra details they throw in that just make everything so cool. Every individual turtle, they had their moments where it was like, okay, I get why you're in the movie. Okay. You can sense the personality in the way that each of the turtles fight, with Raphael being so strong and blunt, while Donnie is weaker, but he's got the brain, so he uses that to defeat the villains. Bars. And I can't wait for more people to see this movie, bro, because you're gonna see those videos of like, so guys, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles have gone woke. I bet those videos already exist and the movie hasn't even come out for them yet. You can't turn my turtles woke, you hear me? Not my turtles! The energy and life behind all the movement not only made the action scenes better, but the physical comedy and the comedy in general is the second strongest thing about the whole movie. If you've heard any news about this movie before it came out, then you probably know that they threw in some topical jokes in there, like sus, Riz, Or can I get a bacon, egg, and cheese? But that's not the only type of comedy in the movie, don't worry. Okay. I was slightly worried about that going into it. There is a wide variety of jokes that the whole family or people of just different age ranges could enjoy. I knew this especially when I looked down in front of me in the theater, right? And there was this like 50, 60-year-old dude, and like 5 seats down to my left, there's this little 14-year-old, and he just looks so happy to be there, man. And throughout the movie, I could see each of them laughing at different scenes. But there was one scene where they both laughed, and everyone in the theater laughed. But I could see different reasons why everyone was laughing. Not only is the film good at making these variety of jokes, but it's also good at combining them in the moments that it matters and hitting hard with a lot of the punchlines. Some of the jokes, you know, they use them a lot. You could tell that there's a tiny bit of joke milking going on, but at least they were milking the good jokes and not like really bad jokes in there that they could have milked for all they're worth. The music was crazy. There were some great music choices in the movie. And with these upbeat beats and this jazz, chill, sort of bop your head sort of vibe really goes along with the vibe of the rest of the Turtles, which we should probably touch on that next. This is a way more adolescent version of the Turtles we're seeing, but they're also still funny and interesting how they're actually awkward like teenagers. And with the modern language and the way their dialogue's written, it really feels like a real friend group just interacting. I mean, of course it's movie dialogue, but still, they still managed to make it sound human. Splinter had some great dialogue along with April. And I heard Mr. Beast was supposed to be voicing the movie. Now, you may be glad or sad, depending on how you feel about this news. I did not hear this man talk once. Maybe I was just lost in the ooze, but you know, I didn't hear him at all. The voice actors I think stood out to me most. The absolute best performances. I don't know whether to give it to my sister April or Gumball. I'm gonna actually give it to Leo. I'm gonna give it to Leo, yeah. Nicholas Cantu is a pretty successful voice actor, and I think he was a perfect fit to play this sort of Leonardo that's growing into the leader that he's gonna be in the future, because he has these moments where he shows signs and he gets confident as a leader, but then you can also see the awkwardness, and it's played off really well. Now, the actors for the other Turtles, Micah Abbey, Shannon Brown Jr., Brady Noon, overall, I think they did pretty good. Ayo Edebiri plays April, and she sounds so natural as her. And looking at all the other voice actors, they just got a star-studded cast here. Jackie Chan, Ice Cube, Post Malone, Gus, John Cena, and Seth Rogen as Bebop and Rocksteady. But, as I said before, the movie was not perfect. The flaws were there, and it's important to bring them up. All right, where do I start on the list here? Okay, first of all, the movie is, whoa, turning all the characters black. What kind of game do you think this is? One of this movie's biggest goals was to make it feel modern, was to make the Turtles feel like they're with us in the current time period as actual teenagers. Relatable. There were a lot of references. In the movie, they name dropped like Drake, Adele, Attack on Titan, Forza Horizon, TikTok. There were a few points in the movie that it did feel like it was trying to force the modern references down the throat. There was a scene in the movie where I don't know if it was Mikey or Donnie, but it was like this big action scene, right? And then one of the Turtles yelled, "It's live!" As in like, it's lit, it's hype, it's crazy. And it sounded awful. It sounded terrible. I almost forgot to mention another scene too. In the movie, there's a scene where one of the characters starts puking, and it lasts for way too long. It's not that graphic, it's just, why is that there? You can point to some scenes and definitely be like, yeah, they didn't need to write that in there. Just like you can point to some of the music and be like, okay, they didn't need to use such a recognizable song. But neither of these issues were bad enough to completely take me out of the movie. And honestly, I can't really speak on it too much because I know the movie wasn't exactly made for someone like me. The kid that was, that I talked about, that was like 5 seats below me, was laughing at everything. I think they said Riz and Sus like 4 times in the movie, and every time that boy was dying. And he wasn't the only one. And you know, going to a theater and watching it was a really nice experience because even at the jokes that I didn't like or parts that I found cringy, I knew other people in there also found it cringe, but everyone was laughing at it, so I laughed too. Now, since I've already said my favorite, who was the weakest character? Which character had the weakest writing? Who sucked? In my opinion, sadly, Michelangelo wasn't that good. It just kind of felt like Mikey didn't really have a place, at least to me. Usually when the Turtles are in more serious iterations, Mikey is almost always the comic relief, right? But in this movie, everyone's the comic relief. So Mikey's character doesn't really feel like he has a sort of purpose. He's just kind of there. He's not the oldest, so he's not the leader. He's not the youngest, so he's not like a little kid following. He's just kind of chill. But it's just not my favorite way that Mikey's been used personally. Whew. I need some good lighting and a break. This review is gonna be so out of order. I've just been walking around an empty parking lot ranting like a crack addict. This is the YouTube lifestyle, baby. I think the only main problem with the movie is its sometimes forced modernization, along with the music choices and the fast pacing kind of hurting at points. After the movie ended, after watching the credits for the first time ever, I was alone in a movie theater. So just to mess around, I went down to the front row in front of the screen, and since I had nothing cool to do, I just flexed muscles that don't exist. I was looking at all the seats, seeing if I can see anything, and I couldn't really find anything except for one person's random water bottle that they left. I'm kidding. This is my water. Imagine how disgusting though. Hell no. Ugh. Yeah, that's that. The new TMNT movie is a really fun movie. There's something in it for everyone. If you're a little kid, you can probably laugh at a lot more of the humor and jokes and references. And if you're older and more mature, you'll probably appreciate the animation and how the dialogue's structured and the little subtle jokes. I'ma give it a damn. Give it a goddamn 7 out of 10. Yeah. Okay. Get out of my house.
If you like RT60, you should like and subscribe.
Oh, and also, if you do go to watch it, stay until after the credits. I also got a few big videos coming up, along with me streaming on Twitch and new uploads to this Twitch VOD channel and this Twitch Highlights channel. I would appreciate it if you enjoyed this video to leave a like and sub because it helps me out. Or drop a comment, bro. I love comments. But even though I know a lot of people watching this don't know me, I hope we run across each other again in the future. All right, that'll be it. I hope y'all enjoyed. All right. Peace, peace. If you like RT60, you should
Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. If you like RT60, you should like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. If you like RT60, you should like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. If you like RT60, you should like